Hi. Hi. Hello and welcome to Last Minute Travel Destinations. How are you doing? Good. Well, what brings you in today? You're looking for a last minute trip before your kids go back to school. 100%. So it looks like you're going for something family friendly. Oh, just you and your partner. Oh, you want to get away from your children. Completely understood. Okay. Well, I can certainly start setting something up for you. Would you like to have a seat? And we can get started on our travel survey, get some of your preferences, see what you like, and then we can start booking you some things. Great, perfect. All right, we'll have a seat. And my assistant will grab you some water, and then we can get started. Perfect. So as I mentioned, we do generally ask you to complete a short survey to start with, just so we can kind of understand your preferences, your budget, what you're looking for in a trip. Does that sound okay? Like a good way to start? Perfect. So if I could start with just getting the names and ages of all the travelers, which sounds like it'll just be two. Okay. And your age. Great. And your partner's name. And their ages. Great. What sort of budget are you looking at for your adventure? You can certainly do that. That will leave you with a lot of great options. And how long are you looking to go on this vacation for? About a week? Okay, great. Do you have any idea what kind of destination you're looking for? So that could be anything from a tropical vacation, a city trip to visit museums, something in Europe, just any kind of general category that you're thinking of. Okay, great. Are you open to flying, or would you prefer to travel by car? Okay. And are you open to international destinations? Not this time, okay. So, what kind of activities are you and your partner looking to partake in on your trip? For example, sightseeing, adventure type activities, relaxation, such as a spa, things like that, shopping, dining. Okay. And last, what kind of accommodation are you looking for? Would you prefer a hotel, rental property, Airbnb type situation, or are you flexible? Great. So it sounds like you're looking for an approximately a week-long vacation within the United States. You are open to flying, and you'd like to be on or near some sort of water with lots of great options for shopping and dining. So I'd love to tell you about a couple of our destinations that have been very popular recently, but that also won't be quite as crowded as maybe your traditional Florida beach situation. How does that sound? Great, okay. So the first location that came to mind is called Mount Desert Island, and it's in Maine. It's really been a long time popular spot with artists, and recently there have been a lot of new dining options and beautiful hotels popping up. It's also very close to Acadia National Park, which is one of our most beloved national parks, and you would spend a lot of time outside on boats, on a veranda, drinking rosé and eating lobster, that sort of thing. Does that sound interesting at all to you? Okay, perfect. So we'll keep that as an option. The second one that I have pulled up for us is actually the Great Lakes area. Of course, this is not going to be oceanside, but the Great Lakes is really a huge freshwater playground. You can spend lots of time in the water, searching over sea glass, going to things like fish boils. It's really kind of an all-American experience. And there are tons of options for islands to stay on, so we can kind of work to narrow down your choices of what might work best for you and your partner if that's the route that you choose to take. How does that sound? Great, okay. And then the third option, if you're looking for more of a classic beach vacation type of vibe, one place that's been really popular in recent years and is kind of classically a popular place is Malibu, California. So this area, you would be heading to Southern California. You would head to lots of different surf shacks. You could actually learn to surf if that's something that you are interested in. This is kind of a haven for celebrities, all the way from, the Beach Boys back in the day, to Miley Cyrus and those types of stars who populate that area now. This is definitely more of an upscale vacation, but I think it could be a lot of fun. We have heard a lot of great things from our clients who have been sent there. So if any of those three spots sounds good to you, I'm happy to go ahead and jump off from there. If not, I'm also happy to keep looking and provide you with some more options. So what are you thinking? You think Maine sounds good? See, I have not had a chance to go to this Maine location yet, but every client that I have sent there has had a perfect time, and it's definitely on my personal list of places to go. So I think that that would be a great choice. Very low stress. Awesome. Okay, so we'll just dive into planning then. So the first step for us will be getting your flight booked. So it looks like the closest airport to the area is called the Hancock County Bar Harbor Airport, and it is unfortunately rather small, so we will most likely need to book a connecting flight. Is the closest airport to you Charlotte Douglas International? Great. And do you have a preference on time of day to fly? Morning, afternoon, evening, early morning? Okay, great. So it looks like on Tuesday the 20th, we can book you on an 8 a.m. flight. It does connect through Boston, but it would get you to Bar Harbor in about 4.5 hours total, including that layover. So relatively quick compared to some of the other flights. What do you think? I think that would give you plenty of time to explore, to relax on your first day, and to settle into your hotel or wherever we have you staying. That sounds good. Okay, great. Would you like to upgrade your flight to premium economy or to first class? Anything like that? Would you like any add-ons? Okay. And so if I have your approval, I'll go ahead and book that flight for you on the 20th, and then it'll be on JetBlue and Cape Air. And then I'll have you returning about a week later on that following Monday at 2 p.m. So you would be home in your bed around 8. How does that sound? Great. Okay, perfect. So, of course, the next step is to look at where we'll have you staying. You mentioned that you're open to both hotels and rental properties. Is that correct? Great. And while I have a great option for you, I would suggest a stay at the Claremont Hotel. It's really a gorgeous restored hotel in Southwest Harbor, and they have some really cool options for stays, including traditional guest rooms in a main building. They have cottages, they have larger rental houses, they even have a houseboat that you can stay in if that sounds interesting to you, but that might be, a little adventurous, so you just let me know how you feel about something like that. How does that option sound to you just overall? We can dive a little more into the details, but great, okay, that sounds perfect, wonderful. So looking into the Claremont, do you think you are most interested in a traditional guest room, a small cottage, or the houseboat option? A cottage. I think that will be perfect, especially since this is a more of a partner's getaway. That'll give you a little bit more privacy, and then it'll also leave you more room. And I believe these are with a fireplace, and as it says here, they have a private deck for each cottage, which is 180-degree views of the sound and the mountains, so that'll be just a lovely spot to hang out. And because we've partnered with this hotel in the past, you will have champagne and truffles there for you upon your arrival, and you'll have access to a private cabana with some amenities, which you can use any time of day to just take in the views, order drinks to your private cabana, anything like that. Of course. Okay, so I'll go ahead and start booking that cottage then. Great, just 1 second. So this hotel does have quite a few amenities, such as there's a heated swimming pool overlooking the sound, there's gardens, there's boat tours and charters, there's a beautiful spa that the guests have raved about in the past. There's also several restaurants. Is there anything among those that you think you would be interested in booking at this time? For example, I could get you a spa massage going, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the restaurants in a moment, but any boat charters, anything like that that I could book for you? Okay, not at this time. No, that's fine. I will be available to you up until your trip and even during your trip if you change your mind, and I'm happy to walk you through any of those options at any time, so we can book those later if that's something that you would like. Excellent, great. So just to quickly review some of the dining options that they do have on site, and there are 4 total, I believe. The first is simply a kind of small pastry and coffee shop that you can just grab a quick breakfast to go at. There is a fish camp, which is really cool, fresh caught fish and lobster from the area, and that is open approximately all afternoon, and that's really a good spot for kind of lighter bites and maybe pre-dinner cocktails, that type of thing. You can also visit Harry's Bar, which is kind of styled after an old fisherman or sea captain's home, and that's a great spot to kind of enjoy some curated cocktails. And there's also a restaurant called The Little Fern, and they do take reservations. It's very New Englandy. It's supposed to be incredible. My guests have raved about it in the past as well, and I would be happy to book your reservation on any night, or once again, we can also do that closer to your time of departure. And I will also be sending you a curated list of restaurants that I think that you would enjoy in the area, and we can book those for you as well. You'd like to book Little Fern for that first night? Great. I think that's a good option because then you won't have to worry about where you're going to get your meal that night. You can just settle and relax and then not have to worry about anything. Okay, I'll put in a reservation request for that, and I'll make sure that you have a lovely romantic table. So the last thing that we'll look at today is a couple of different options of things to do in the area. There's tons to do, as I said, on the property as well as immediately around it. So we can do anything from getting you a national park pass to get you into Acadia National Park, which I do highly recommend. There are beautiful botanical gardens that we can also acquire passes for you. And then there are also more adventurous activities like whale watching, kayaking, canoeing, those types of things, in addition to the plethora of shopping and dining and that sort of thing that you can just kind of walk around. And I'll also send you a list of great places in the area for those. But do any of those activities sound interesting? Would you like me to go ahead and book those? And you can also take your time, speak with your partner, see what they would like to do, and then get back to me if that works better for you. Okay, great. Yeah, just feel free to honestly text me or email me at any time and I can work on getting those. Or if you'd like a longer call, set up a little closer to the date of departure, we can kind of go through some of those options in a little more depth. Does that sound good? Great, okay. So we have your flight and your cottage booked. We have a dinner reservation ready for that first evening of your trip. and I will be working on getting some of those other options for dining, activities, etc. together for you so that we can kind of go through and book anything that you and your partner are interested in later. I think we're in a great place to send you off on a wonderful vacation. Do you have any other questions for me right now? Great. So I will be in touch very soon to kind of finalize that list of reservations and activities for you. And please feel free to call me or email me at any time before then. I'm very excited to send you off on a wonderful trip and excited to talk to you more soon. Great. Thank you so much for coming in. I'll see you soon.